simple question and boom, their face tightens, their voice rises, and before you realize it, care partners, you are in the middle of a storm. Your loved one with dementia is yelling at you and you freeze because you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say. Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 phrases to help calm dementia anger fast. Hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Sinclair. I'm a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. When anger erupts, care partners, it's rarely about you, although boy, doesn't it feel that way. Instead, it's because dementia affects 2 key systems in our brain. It affects the frontal lobe, which helps to put the brakes on our reactions, and it also affects the amygdala, which is our alarm system. It detects threats and tells us when there's danger in the area. So you have a weak brake system and then an alarm system that's going off and saying everything is a danger. That's why minor frustrations turn into big explosions. Your amygdala is just constantly going off saying that there's a problem. The 3 phrases that I'm going to teach you today, care partners, are effective because they bypass logic and go straight to that alarmed brain, helping to reassure your loved one with dementia, showing them that there's safety. Think of dementia anger like an alarm. Once it's blaring, no amount of explanation will turn it off. You don't argue with the alarm, care partners, you reset it. These phrases are your reset button. The first phrase, care partners, is some variation of "you're safe, I've got you," "you're safe, I'm here to help." But quick disclaimer, care partners, before you use this phrase, you must validate your loved one's experience first. What do I mean by that? Well, care partners, if your loved one is angry or upset or sad and you just go in with, "You're safe, I've got you, you're safe, don't worry," they may not feel safe in their bodies. In fact, if you've been on this channel for some time, you've learned that dementia can feel disorienting to your loved one with dementia. So they don't always feel safe inside their bodies. And so if you just jump in quickly and say, "You're safe, I've got you," without first validating how upsetting something can be or validating how confusing something can be, if you don't do that first, well then that phrase will go out the window and they'll probably get even more angry with you because they don't feel safe in their bodies. So before using that phrase, even though that's your first phrase that will help de-escalate, you have to do one step first, which is first validate the emotion that they appear to be expressing towards you, that they appear to be feeling. So if your loved one with dementia looks angry, right, then you can say, "I'm so sorry I've angered you. I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm here to help. I want to make everything feel safe for you," right? So you can use some variation of that phrase after first validating the emotion. If they look sad and tearful, "Mom, you look so sad. I'm so sorry you're upset. You're safe though here with me." Right, care partners? So you see the variation of this phrase that I'm using. I'm first validating the expression of emotion that I'm seeing, and then I'm slipping in different ways the fact that they're safe and that I'm here to help. So even though I've succinctly given you the phrase of "you're safe, I've got you," I want for you to first validate the emotion, then use some variation of this phrasing. Is this clear? If so, go ahead and leave it in the comment below. Why it works? Well, as you know, care partners, the amygdala is on high alert. So logic is not going to work in a situation like this. Reassurance is what's going to work. And when you tell your loved one, "I can see that you're upset. I can see that you're sad. I can see that you're angry, and I'm here to make you feel safe," it's pretty hard to stay upset with someone who's being so kind, so giving, and who can register what you're feeling. They're validating and reassuring your experience. Really hard to stay angry with someone who's doing that. Okay, care partner? Here's your reflection point, care partners. The next time anger flares, try speaking safety, not logic. Far too often, care partners, in an attempt to defend themselves or explain, go into logic. That's what you're doing there. When your loved one accuses you of stealing their purse and you start explaining, "I would never do that, I love you," etc., care partners, they're losing that ability. Logic tunes into the frontal lobe. That is the part that's getting weak. So instead, we have to go directly to the emotion. We have to validate the emotion and we have to offer reassurance. That's how you're going to calm the amygdala. The second phrase, I hear you, let's slow down, is very important, care partners, because dementia makes executive functions very difficult. One executive function that's important for just about everything that we do is sequencing. So that's the ability to put steps together. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Your loved ones with dementia are starting to struggle with sequencing abilities, and their processing speed is slowing down because of dementia. So when you give a directive that seems very simple, Mom, can you go make some toast and I'll grab your coffee? That can feel very hard for a loved one with dementia. Toast seems easy to you. You just put the bread in the toaster and you push the button. But your partners, that's sequencing. Step 1, get the bread out of wherever you keep it. Take the bread out of the bag, put the bread in the toaster, press the button after selecting the toast level that you want. That's a lot of steps to a dementia-affected brain. It doesn't feel like that to you because you don't have a dementia-affected brain. So sequencing difficulties can lead to a lot of arguments for loved ones and their care partners, because care partners don't often realize how that sequencing can be so difficult for a dementia-affected brain. So if that's leading to battles, then one way that you can stop that, care partners, is to say, oh, I hear you, I went too fast, let me slow down. Any variation of this phrase is going to be so helpful to your loved one with dementia. And not just saying it, of course, but actually slowing down as well. Why does this work, care partners? It works because it validates the frustration that your loved ones often feel when they can't do things. When you say, oops, I've gone too fast, let me slow down a little bit, you're validating that experience that things are moving way too quickly for me right now, okay? And they oftentimes don't say it like that, things are moving too quickly for me. Instead, they'll say things like, stop bossing me around, or shut up, or get away from me, you're always telling me what to do. That's how it comes out, but what they're really wanting to say is, I'm confused, I'm frustrated, I don't feel in control of sorts, okay? So one of my care partners recognized when her dad yelled at her to stop bossing her around, she didn't agree with him because she didn't feel like she was bossing him around, but she recognized that when he's saying something like that, she's going a little too fast for him, or things are moving a little too fast for him. And so her reply was, oops, okay, let me slow down. Let me slow down, Dad. I'm going a bit too fast here. Okay? He didn't say anything about how fast she was going, but she realized that stop bossing me around. She realized what that meant. And so her response to her dad was, oh, I'm going a little too fast here. Let me slow down. The third phrase, care partners, help me understand. Help me understand what feels hard. Help me understand what hurts. This is another phrase, care partners, that you must have in your arsenal, because anger with dementia often masks confusion, as I've mentioned. It masks pain. It masks a whole host of experiences for your loved one with dementia. They may be anxious and it comes out as anger. They may be confused and it comes out as anger. So when you can pause, depersonalize it when they're yelling at you, and you can say, help me understand. For some of your loved ones with dementia, they'll absolutely be able to respond to that. And for some of your loved ones with dementia, they may not, care partners. But for those of you whose loved ones will be able to respond, this allows for a pause in the conversation and for them to try to express to you what's going on for them. One of my care partners who was helping her husband shower, and he lost it, her words, not mine, he lost it on her. It would have been so easy for her to start defending herself. I'm here to help you. Don't you dare speak to me that way. All the things, right? And instead, she paused and said, help me understand what hurts. And he said, it's cold. And she says, oh, okay. I'm here to help you. Okay, let me warm things up just a little bit. Okay, care partner. So you see how if you can for 1 second suspend that need to defend or to reason and explain, if you can suspend that for one moment and ask the question, help me understand, then care partners, you can respond to that need that your loved one is no longer able to express. It's just their alarm system and amygdala going off. They're not able to express what they need as easily. If this video is helpful to you, care partners, if you are learning some new things about dementia that you did not know before, or you're feeling really hopeful to use some of these phrases, then go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. And please feel free to share it with other care partners who never got any education about what's going on in a dementia-affected brain, much less any suggestions with regards to what to do and say about it, okay? So please go ahead and like and subscribe and share it with others, and let's move on. Here's a bonus, care partners. I really want to speak to the mindset shift, the mindset reframe that has to happen here with dementia meanness and dementia anger. So you've gotten a bit of education as to what's going on in your loved one's brain, why they're responding in the way that they're responding, and they're being so cruel to you. If your loved ones were always a little bit irritable, then maybe you're seeing that they're more cruel. If your loved ones were very mild-mannered and now they're becoming very mean, you now have an explanation as to what's going on for them. And I hope that this education helps to depersonalize the situation. I know, though, care partners, that it still feels personal, even when logically you know what's going on. And so I do want to speak to that for one moment. I would like for you, as much as possible, to journal about this mindset shift that has to happen. You know that there are some neurobiological changes that's happening for your loved one with dementia. What gets in the way of you remembering that in those heated moments? And I want for you to just pause and reflect on that question, care partners, in your next journaling session. I know that there are these neurobiological changes and shifts happening in my loved one's brain. When they snap at me, when they yell at me, what gets in the way of me being able to pull on that or remember that in the moment? After you've journaled, care partners, and processed some of what's coming up, I do encourage you to speak to someone about it. You can speak to a friend, you can speak to clergy, you can speak to a professional, a psychologist, a therapist, someone who's going to help you go even deeper to explore the grief of what's coming up for you around dementia. I also have a collective, a group of care partners who get together and talk about and share their experiences and what's happening. If you're interested in learning more about that, go ahead and select the schedule link below and we can discuss that more. But I do want for you, whether it's my collective or elsewhere, to get the support that you need to process the grief that's coming up for you around dementia caregiving. As we wrap up, care partners, anger will always feel heavy, but you do not have to feel helpless. I hope that these 3 phrases and the variations will help you to feel empowered the next time your loved one with dementia snaps at you. For additional strategies, go ahead and watch the next video. I'll see you in the next one, care partners. Bye.